Good morning. This is Charles Rossman. I'd like to thank you for joining us for the second quarter edition of our webinar series. This year, we're in the 40th anniversary of our company's founding. So we have that in the little graphic here up front. I'll bring it up here. For those of you who aren't completely familiar with us, we do quick, accurate, and economical stock and bond valuations for trusts and estates. We provide first-class service, we use innovative technology, and we're accepted by the Internal Revenue Service. And people use us for these 6 types of valuations. They use us for IRS Form 706 estate tax valuations, IRS Form 709 gift tax valuations, CRUT and GRAT valuations, cost basis calculator, issue research for options and ticker symbols, and corporate action splits and dividends. I'm going to go to the second page here. And this postcard, which we use at the trade shows that we exhibit at, lists the 6 ways you can get your valuations from ESI-APPRAISE. Take a sip of water here. So the first way, which a lot of people are familiar with, is our appraise software. And the software has been around for 40 years. It's had multiple iterations to it, and it works like any other piece of software. So you install the software on your computer. You can store the appraised portfolios on your local computer or on your network drive. And you can use the software to do estate and gift tax valuations, distributions. You can use it for portfolio pricing. And you can price one portfolio at a time or multiple portfolios. So, for example, during charitable remainder unit trust season, a few of our customers will price 10, 15, 20 portfolios at a time to gain some efficiencies there. It's a very quick way to do things. And what a great thing about the software that information technology people like is everything sits on your own internal network. The only information that is passed to us is a portfolio ID that you make up and a list of the assets that comprise the portfolio. We don't get the estate name, we don't get the number of shares, we do get the valuation date. So there's 3 pieces of information that come to us. So for information technology, people like a very secure environment. Appraise software is a great way to go. So I'm going to do this for a second. Any questions about Appraise software? Just check for a second. Okay, looks pretty good. I'll go back to the next option list, which is Appraise software as a service. So what makes this a little different is it is our Appraise software, which people historically have installed in their desktops. But some people like not having to do updates or actual installations on each desktop. So to answer to that, we have Appraise software as a service. So people will download a Citrix workspace app on their desktop with help of the information technology group. And then they'll use that technology to connect to the Appraise software, which we host here in our data centers. So you can look at this as kind of a hybrid solution, whereby we host the software for you, no updates, no installations, but you keep all the portfolio data stored on your local computers and network drives. So it gives you the best of the internet world and the best of the software world. So this is also a popular solution for people. Any questions about software as a service? Okay. So far, so good. The third solution we have, which is growing in popularity, is Appraise Web. And this is truly a web-based application. You log in with an email address and a password, and we host everything on the internet for you. You enter all the assets, you provide the valuation date, you generate the valuation, you can produce on the output an Excel file, you can produce a PDF, and it's a totally web-based solution. So for companies who are comfortable with this, it's a fantastic way to roll out a solution across an enterprise. So each person just has unique user ID and password. They access it with their browser, And then if you want to share data with each other, you can either swap PDFs, swap Excel files, or even some institutions use a shared email address to access WebAppraise so other people have access to other people's valuations. Any questions on WebAppraise so far? I'm going pretty quick. So these are 3 of the 6 different solutions we have. And as you see, each one of them fills a particular niche for how our company does its business. The fourth one, and this is a very, very unique solution. This is called the Praise Application Programming Interface API. So what happens in this case is an organization makes a commitment to extract their holdings from their trust system, and they initiate the call to appraise using something called an API, and they send us a list of the assets they want valued, and we return to them all the data elements that they're looking for, and then on their side, they will extract from what's called a JSON file the different elements they need for evaluation, and then they'll put it together. So if you work for a company that has a broad footprint, people all over the place, say, for example, financial advisors or different offices, an API solution is something we put together in conjunction with your company and allows them to roll out a complete, secure interface across a whole enterprise footprint. So it's very slick, but unlike the first 3 solutions, this one requires some legwork on behalf of your information technology group. Any questions about Appraise API? Okay, keep going. So number 5, and this is for people who use Thomson Reuters OneSource Trust and Estate Administration for accounting or 706. This is a product we developed in conjunction with them called ESI Direct. So the idea behind ESI Direct is you start with your assets in the accounting program or the 706 program. You have either CUSIP number or shares. You'll have the valuation date, the decedent's name, the total assets. And then instead of making a call out to the appraise software, which would be a second installation, this is an integrated solution where ESI Direct makes a call using the internet to our side, sends up the list of assets that you need valued, gets all the values back, digests them, and then can populate the values across all the different reports you're running using the one source accounting or 706. So it's an integrated solution. It reduces steps. It reduces software installation of 2 parties. It's a nice, seamless solution, and it provides a lot of efficiencies. So the first 5 solutions I discussed are all technology based, where you're doing the work yourself. A common thread that unites all of them that's not listed here on this postcard is we have the capacity to import into all of these solutions a list of holdings, whether it be CUSIP number or ticker symbol and shares. So there's no need unless you choose to manually input this data, and that could save you a lot of time and provide accuracy. And the corollary to that is on the back end of all 5 of these online solutions, you can export a list of holdings and all the valuations. So you could take the data produced by Appraise and seamlessly bring it into other applications. You can use either an Excel file, or you can create a PDF and swap that across your enterprise. So lots of ways to automate and streamline the entering of the data and the exporting of the valuations. Any questions so far? Okie dokie. And then this is our last solution I'm going to discuss today. And this is called Appraise Outsourcing. And for customers who don't want to do the work themselves, and this is actually more common than many people think, what folks will do is they will send us, say, for instance, a broker statement closest to the valuation date and ask us to do the valuation for them. And we will literally use the appraise software. We'll enter all the assets, process the valuation, Send back the PDF. Let the customer review the report to make sure it's what they're looking for, make any adjustments, and then they'll have a ready to file IRS Form 706 or 709. So it takes the onus of creation of the valuation and puts it on us, and the proofreading to make sure it matches exactly what they're looking for on our customers. So it's a two-step process to make sure we all concur on what's been produced. So these are the 6 ways we have to get your valuations. We subscribe to the axiom that we match our workflow to how you do yours. We don't ask you to fit into 1 or 2 solutions. We have 6 of them. And from that, you could choose 1 or 2 or as many as you need to facilitate how you do your valuations for estate and gift tax. Any any questions so far? Okay. So far, so good. What we'll do then, we actually completed this in a reasonable amount of time, is I'm going to end the recording of this session. I'm going to send out an email to all of you with a copy of the recording, with this actual postcard, which I referenced as an aid for the presentation, and also as a survey. So if you can please let us know if you found this helpful, if there's any changes you need us to make for future webinars, it would be very much appreciated. If you have any questions upon completion of the webinar, I go, oh, I wish I had asked a particular question. If you look at this postcard, I'll highlight this. There's 2 things to look at. So you can look at our website, newappraiseesi.com, or you can send an email to customer service at appraisenj.net. Or you can reply to the email that you'll get in the next few days with the information I just mentioned. Are there any other questions? Okay. I'd like to give you back a few minutes in your day that you had allocated for us. I thank you for joining us on this webinar. Look forward to seeing you in the future. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. Thank you. Bye-bye.